Jai Gurudatta, dear Sanmarga Sadhaks. I am very happy and proud to see you all again on this Born to Succeed live Facebook sessions. This Born to Succeed is going to be a series of lectures and healing. Instead of calling these as lectures, I also would like to call these as a series of discussions where I would like to present to you various psychological collaterals, thought patterns, and various breakthroughs which can help you unravel the experience of born to succeed within you. Because every human being is supposed to feel born to succeed experience in his life 24/7. Yes, we had power breakage and abrupt software disturbances for the past 2 times, and we could not do those Facebook live sessions for you. We extremely regret that and we are extremely sorry for that. But here we are, and I hope and I wish and I know that you are all ready for this experience of born to succeed in your life. This Born to Succeed series of live sessions will contain the discussion part in the beginning and the healing and the transformational experience part in the end, so that when you understand the psychological collaterals and the various breakthroughs that we are going to provide you with, they impact you more so that your receptivity increases. You see, mind has to be opened for a specific concept. Only then the concept can actually go into the mind. Now, they say, according to the time in which you listen to a certain breakthrough, according to a time in which you listen to a certain breakthrough, and according to the intensity of the person who is making you reach the breakthrough, the actual meaning of what is being said absolutely changes. See, a lot of people can tell you exercise daily, but then very lot of people, but then many people can find it absolutely difficult to practice exercising on a daily basis. Why is that so? Because the context is not properly set for their own mind. Now imagine, suddenly a big health problem happens and the person is on the verge of breaking in or giving up. And at that point in time, a doctor with his right knowledge, concern and interest towards the patient explains the necessity of exercise and says, if you exercise now, start now, you are going to overcome this illness. And the context, the time in which the mind listens to the breakthrough and the intensity of the speaker, the connect with which the listener forms to the speaker, these both act, and the very advice, exercise regularly, will create a huge impact in the mind of the listener, and this person can start exercising on a daily basis. Yes or no? Impact. Until otherwise, an enormous amount of impact is not created. It is very difficult for any object to change its shape. If I want to change a shape of an iron, I need to hammer it in a right way, and that impact has to be created so that this iron can change. In the same fashion, mind also has a form. We all say, I am like this. I like to be like this. I think like this. I am this. We have a form, we have a mental picture in our mind about our own self. And until otherwise, that mental picture is absolutely impacted. And how can this impact happen? With intensity. Until otherwise, with intensity, this impact happens into this mind. The form or the image in the mind, the self-image, does not change. And once this self-image does not change, it's very difficult for the mind to actually accept the transformational breakthroughs. So, healing and a series of discussions to provide you with the right context of the breakthrough is also very, very, very important. So, I expect you to stay with me, be with me, align with me and listen. At least try to listen. Because when you even try to listen and follow, what happens is your mind is trying to let your subconscious mind know that even if I am not ready for the breakthrough, I am willing for the change. And once you let that mind know that you are willing for the change, the subconscious mind is trying in its own sphere to help you help yourself. And after that, the kind of experiential transformation that I am going to help you with, bless you with, is going to have an enormous impact, because now the conscious and the subconscious mind of yours is ready for it. So, the discussion or the series of what I am going to discuss with you, you need to at least try to listen attentively, and those who listen attentively are the best. So, are you all ready? Good. I'm very happy. I'm proud. I know I have the best audience, eager to change, impact themselves, and live a life with a conviction that they are born to succeed. And so I'm very happy with you all. So before we start this Born to Succeed series, I want you all to say after me, because the goal has to be clear before we actually start the journey. So we are now trying to embark on a journey which makes us have a conviction, a true, honest, intrinsic belief that we are born to succeed. We are indeed born to succeed because we are designed to succeed. So, because we need to have this clarity, I want you all to say after me, I am born to succeed. I see few people not saying. I want all of you to say after me what I say. I am born to succeed. Fantastic. Because I am designed to succeed. Once more. I am born to succeed. Fantastic. I am designed to succeed. I see Some people even are trying to make fantastic, I am designed to succeed. It's very important that you understand. I was trying to encourage you because that's the intrinsic belief that you originally have. We all are indeed born to succeed because we are designed to succeed. Now, when I say I am born to succeed, we have this I am born to succeed. Three important words here. Now, born to, technically I clubbed it into one word. You understand the conjunctions. So, but then, I am born to and succeed. And then the truth is, we are born to succeed because I am designed to succeed. Now we need to understand what is success before we actually live that confidence, live that self-worth, live that kind of a feeling in our life and go around our tasks in our life to bring out the excellence within ourselves. That is already there. To bring out the excellence that is already there within ourselves, we need to have a mental conviction that I am born to succeed because I am designed to succeed. That kind of a conviction for the mind is very, very important. Now this series is going to make you have that. The series is going to exactly carve out all the muck, all the self-doubt, all the intrinsic depression, negatives, and all the kind of disappointments that we have accumulated within ourselves. And all these, when they go, we have a natural intrinsic feeling that I am born to succeed. You will experience, it's my promise that if you follow this, I promise you that you are going to definitely experience this experience of born to succeed feeling. Naturally, absolutely naturally. Because you know what? Anything that is told or anything that is received from the outside does not stick with us for a long time. In the first example, that is the reason why if people say exercise daily, it becomes very difficult for us to accept that, inculcate that, make it our own and exercise on a daily basis. We exercise because of the external pressures. Because the doctor says that, people say that, or you're getting fat and you're not looking good to people. People are trying to make fun of you. Some people exercise because they like exercising. They feel they are relieved by exercise. They feel invigorated by doing exercise. And it becomes absolutely difficult for us to stop them from exercising. People who innately enjoy exercising, they will find some excuse to exercise. And people who are told to exercise, or people who exercise because of their negative self-body image or any other excuse, quickly find other excuses to stop this exercise. People with an excuse to start an exercise will quickly find excuses to stop that exercise because originally what is their driving force? Their negative self-image. And every object continues to be in its own state of motion until otherwise compelled by external force. So, as long as the external force is compelling us to, as long as ill health or some other factor is compelling us, we will be pushed into good habits, or we will be pushed into being the best that we try to be. And once we overcome that pressure, we quickly go back to what we originally think we are. So, what is the fundamental problem here? Whatever we think we are, that we come back to. And if any force is trying to push us in a positive or a negative direction, you can have a guide, you can have a mentor, you can have a coach trying to coach you to live a best life. But your mind will find an excuse to circumvent the coach or the trainer and try to somehow, if you go to the gym, there is the coach. He will, if you go, he will try to push you and make you reach your goal. But then, to circumvent that coach, you don't even go to the gym. A gym is an example, psychological collateral. Now, in your life, you all want to reach your own goals. You all want to achieve whatever you want to achieve in your life. For that, what is stopping you? We'll come to that a little while later. But then, anything that is not truly yours is not going to stay with you forever. Anything that comes in between will leave you in the middle itself. So, if a feeling of I am born to succeed is not naturally emerging out of you, it is very difficult to stay on the path of success. It is very difficult to stay on the path of abundance. And that is the reason why people say they have a lid. They have a lid. Am I clear with you? Lid. How? That is the reason why they say people, they tell me, people, I go 4 steps and come back 2 steps in my life. Or I grow, I achieve a certain amount of success in my life and then I grow complacent to it. I try to work, I make 4 steps in my life and then I quickly come back 2 steps. Or I lose momentum, I lose direction, I lose focus. I come across a lot of obstacles. I try to be successful, I'm trying my best, but then I'm encountering a lot of obstacles, people say. Why do you think when some person is trying to make path or progress towards his success, he does not find any obstacles? Or if he finds obstacles, he is definitely overcoming them. Some people, when they are trying to progress in the path of abundance or in the path of success, they encounter obstacles and they get stuck because they don't get the answers to grow in their life. They don't get answers how to overcome the obstacles that they encounter in their life. True or not? In your life, you don't answer me, you answer yourself. In your life, how many times your well-wishers, your situations, your friends, your teachers, your coach, your guide try to push you in the right direction and you somehow failed the opportunity? People try to help you. People try to make you go on the path of success. But somehow your mind at a stage got distracted, or you lost touch, or somehow things did not happen the way they have to happen. You think all the successful people do not have any obstacles? You think all these people, they do not have any problems in their life? Why some people are successful and why some people are not successful? Because we do not break down, I am born to succeed, this definition or this conviction that we have, we do not break down and know the meaning of the word success. Why we should be successful in our life. We do not break down, we do not understand what is success. For a lot of people, getting a job is success. Buying an iPhone is success. Achieving or buying a car is success. Doing something and getting something is success. And thereby, success is a progressive and a continuous path. And they get tired. It's very difficult to be on a continuous and a progressive path where you continuously achieve success, because after every success, your mind wants to relax. You see kids, when they write their examinations, the moment their examination is over, till the last day of the examination, they are going to be absolutely focused on their exams. The moment they complete their examination, they feel as if, burden relieved. Do you remember such feelings? I am sure you do. Burden relieved. What is the direct message given to the subconscious mind? All that was burden. All that was not good. And in the holidays, yay, this is holiday time. Now I am not going to touch my books. What is the direct subconscious message? These are not part of me. This is not what I really want to do. With your every action, with your every thought, with your every behavioral pattern, you tell your own subconscious mind what it really has to do and what you really, really like in your life. Yes or no? That's the truth. So, what you deep down tell within yourself is very important. And why do we deep down tell ourselves that mediocre life is enough? Because we don't really understand why we need to be successful in the first case. The why is not answered. The phenomena or the mechanism of human life, existential intelligence, is not properly understood by us, and that is the reason why we do not feel that kind of strength that is required for us to grow in life. It's very, very, very important for all of us to understand and to quote unquote experience, truly experience a sense of deep conviction within us for whatever we really want to do in our life. Now, I don't mean whatever you really want to do in my life. I don't mean that a job or an office or a business or trying to, do something. Whatever you really want, your mind cannot stay without any mental activity. They say an idle mind is a devil's workshop. Why is that so? Then why is the yogis trying to have a state of absolute equanimity, a silent, still, stable mind? Then they say this: a pure, silent, still, stable mind is different from an idle mind. An idle mind is also working, is a devil's workshop. That is how they design and define it. An idle mind is a devil's workshop, because the moment you keep your mind idle, the devil is already working. So, is there any actual idleness in the mind? No. If you don't make your mind work, the devil makes your mind work. And if you make your mind work, the devil has no space to make your mind work. So your mind will work in a right direction that you choose. This is one fundamental reason why we all need to be successful in life. An idle mind is a devil's workshop. A man who is not growing, I mean by the word man, both woman and man. So men. A man who does not grow withers away or falls or disintegrates in his life. Why? Because an idle mind is a devil's workshop. If you don't give job to your mind in a right fashion, devil will use your mind. Now, devil is not something else outside. The very fundamental phenomenon of this universe, that which does not grow decomposes. That which does not grow decomposes. And that is the very reason why this universe in itself is expanding. Even scientists, by experiment, by observation, they have made this discovery that this universe that we are living in is continuously expanding. Anything that does not continuously expand contracts and decomposes finally. So, in your life, your own self-image has to continuously expand. And if it does not expand, what happens? What if you grow complacent? What if you grow comfortable? That's the word, comfortable. What if you become comfortable with your life? Devil starts working. Anything that does not grow, anything that is comfortable, anything that is static goes down. You know, the very nature of this earth that we are living in is to give birth. That is the reason why in our Sanatana Dharma we called this land, the holy land, as Bharata Mata. We use the word mother for this holy land because the very nature of this land is to give birth to crops, give birth to plants, give birth to animals. There are so many creatures that actually come out, and this is the substratum for all this. Mother not only gives birth but also takes care. This holy land, or any land for themselves, is holy. So this holy land also gives birth and also takes care. Then what does a farmer do? The very nature of this earth is to give birth to plants, trees. Then why does a farmer have to do farming? The farmer has to channel, direct and program this very earth to give birth to the chosen crop. What if I do not take care of my farmland? Will it give birth? Yes. Will it make things grow? Yes. Then why should I naturally work in my farm when the very land will give birth to crops? Yes, it will, but it will give birth to everything and anything, and it is not out of choice. It is not out of choice. So what does a farmer do? He plows the land, sows the seed, and then takes care that only that crop comes in that field. And he continuously weeds out the weeds. One of the most important and fundamental job of a farmer is to weed out the weeds. In our life also, we have life within us. And the very nature of this life is to give birth, to grow. And if you do not grow nice paddy in this, if you do not grow mango trees in this, if you do not grow any useful crop out of this life, weeds are going to be born. And those weeds can be dangerous to the very land that they are born. They can eat away all the nutrients. They can eat away all the nutrients. They can suck up all the water. They can do all the damage to the very land that they are born. Yes or no? So, the same way, if you do not grow properly, if this life is not used in a choice manner, automatically the weeds, which people call as devil, grow and they eat away all the nutrient, all our infinite capability, fountain that springs out from the very existence called life. They suck away all the nutrients and damage the very life that we have. So it is very important that we continuously and constantly feel the necessity to stay focused on our intrinsic feeling that we are born to succeed. It's very, very important. So we understood one very important reason why we need to be successful in life. Is that all? No. The fundamental reason, if you understand, existence, this animal and plant life, all this started from what? A single cell. How that cell formed, God knows. Yes or no? But it all formed from single cell. And that single cell, why do you think it tried to form a multiple complex organism with multiple cells? Because that very cell was trying to find a better expression. We all have experienced this. In our life, if you understand, we want to grow. We want to express. We want to express and impress. We want to express and impress. Would you ever, or do you want a life in your life where nobody appreciates you? Nobody even acknowledges you that you are there. Nobody values you. Do you want such a life? No. You want a life where people cherish you. You want a life where people appreciate you. You want a life where people acknowledge you. At least. If people cherish you, that's the best. If people appreciate you, that's better. But at least people should acknowledge you. That's the fundamental itch within you. Yes or no? If nobody acknowledges you, and that's what people, I'm lonely, and they do a lot of damage within themselves. Yes or no? So, fundamentally, what is this life trying to do? Life is trying to find better and best form to express itself. When life took the form of a single cell, it was expressing, but it was not happy because it was not expressing to its full potential. So this one single cell organism in the form of plants, it grew. It could not find a complete expression. So in animal form, it grew. It became multiple cells, organism. And finally, the evolution continued till that very single cell organism formed this multicellular absolutely complex phenomenon called human being. And why do you think this evolution happened? If you observe, the very reason for it is an intrinsic quality. Even the scientists accept it. Sanatana Dharma says this, that the fundamental reason why evolution happened is because every cell has a fundamental quality called desire to thrive. We want to grow, we want to express, so that we can be absolutely feeling, or we can be absolutely fulfilled within ourselves. We want to do a lot of things. Why do you think we want to do a lot of things in our life? We want to do a lot of things in our life because we want to feel, I can do that. Fulfillment. That kind of pride that we feel within ourselves is very important for ourselves. And that is the reason why, if you have noticed, a lot of people, they have good luxuries, they have good everything, they have good health, but then if they have done anything bad, they die out of guilt, they say. The whole world is appreciating you. Yeah. You are healthy. Yeah. Moderately, decently. You have comforts and luxuries. Yeah. Then what's your problem? I'm guilty. Or I don't feel fulfilled. I feel bored. In the Sanatana Dharma, one of the greatest masters of the ancient time, Guru Nanak Dev, he said, Dunya dukhyari atma. The whole world is suffering, he said. One of his students couldn't really believe that. Is everybody suffering? Is that true? How can that be true? So he went to a marketplace where he found a very rich, wealthy businessman. He was sitting on a silken bed. He was absolutely served by a lot of servants. Everything promising, everything going absolutely well. Wealthy businessman, things happening very good with him. So he thought, this fellow should not be suffering because this fellow looks healthy. This fellow looks very wealthy and rich. And this fellow is served by so many servants. And he is influential in the society. So he has name, fame, money and health. What more he needs? So he must not be suffering. So he decided, I will check with him. So he went to him and said, I am Guru Nanak Dev's student. I have come here to enquire something from you. The moment the student said, I am a Guru Nanak Dev student and I am here to enquire something from you, this wealthy, successful, so-called happy businessman sent all his servants, now give us some space. So he sent away all his servants, and when nobody was there around, he started quickly crying and falling at the feet of the student of this great master, Baba Nanak Dev, and said, please pray on my behalf to the Guru Nanak that to bless me with so and so and so. I have these problems. I feel like this, and I am suffering, and please let the Holy One bless me. The student was taken aback. Is this the reality? He was smiling, laughing, being served by many, has a moderate, decent health, influence, everything, and he still is suffering. Yeah, dunya dukhyari atma. Yes, the world is suffering at large. Every human being, the rich has a different set of problems, poor has a different set of problems. You cannot find one person in this world without suffering problems. Why? Then what is the purpose of this evolution? What is the purpose of this job? What is the purpose of success? If I become rich, influential, healthy, wealthy, I'm still going to suffer. If I stay poor, with absolute scarcity mind, with ill health, then also I'm suffering. Suffering has become the standard of life. Then what is the very purpose of this life? We should inquire. Now, all of you, let's take this example aside. We all have some servants, some people serving us at home, at least the home maid who helps us. We are definitely better than her or him. That is the reason why we employed them. Why are we not feeling better? Why are we not feeling the sense of fulfillment? Are our sufferings gone? No. The maid sufferings gone? No. Our employees suffering gone? No. Who is not suffering? Is a politician happy? No. Is a businessman happy? No. Is a poor man happy? No. What is the purpose of this life then? Why are we all, or why, or after what we are running? The Sanatana Dharma says we are all running after a sense of fulfillment. We want to be acknowledged. After that, what do we want? We want to be appreciated. After that, we want to be cherished. Yes or no? Truly? We want to be acknowledged. We want to be acknowledged by our own self. We want to feel full. We want to feel that infinite capability. We want to feel proud of our own self. We want to feel that I want to succeed. That sense of pride and confidence in that conviction is the actual reality that we are all working for. I have that humongous, infinite potential within me. I am life. And I have potential. And when I look at my potential and feel proud about myself, only then I am happy. That is the reason why they say satisfaction is the rich possible on the planet. Adi Shankara the Great, the Holy One, was asked, after having what can you feel absolutely satisfied and rich? Satisfaction, he answered. Satisfaction. Of satisfaction of what? Now then people started, simple living, high thinking, they started making another excuse here and say, I am satisfied with what? No. You should not be satisfied with what you have. You should be satisfied by the experience of your own self. I am satisfied that I am life with infinite potential. Once you have that experience, you are satisfied. And after that, no matter whatever you do, remember, it is the basic nature. Our mind can build its own strong walls. I work and I earn 100 rupees per month and I feel I am satisfied with whatever meager things I have. I am a simple man. You can create a wall like that. But the truth is, life, amoeba, never thought I am satisfied with what amoeba I am. Monkey never thought I am satisfied with the monkey I am. It never wanted to become a man. I know no monkey or no chimpanzee wanted to become a man because it didn't know that there is a man. Yes or no? Now we all scientists say, most scientists say, and that is the truth also, we human beings have come from chimpanzees. Now do you think chimpanzees knew that I am going into a man? No. But then, do you think they wanted to become man? No. Then what actually made evolution possible? Somehow continuously trying to push the frontiers of expression. Our frontiers of expression, the horizons of expression have to be continuously pushed, and we want to feel better within ourselves. We want to feel fulfilled, and that is the reason this word fulfill. We want to my guru, he always says, fulfillment. There are no achievements in spirituality. there is only fulfillment in spirituality, because there is always a fill after the full. There is always a fill after the full. We want to fill ourselves with the feeling that I am infinite capability, I am infinite potential, I am infinite possibility. The moment you are absolutely satisfied with that realization or with that possibility that you are that infinite, you cannot stop yourself from expressing and fooling the people around. You can't become rich by making everybody around you poor. Yes or no? If you want to become rich, you have to make people rich. If you want to become rich, you have to make people around you rich. It's very, very important. If a businessman is growing, he has to employ few people who has to give salaries, and they have to become rich and rich day by day. You have to give increments. You have to give better things to them. Yes or no? So fundamentally, the very reason why we are all, the very purpose of life is to fill yourself with absolutely infinite experience of fulfillment and grow within you with an experience that you are infinite. Not outside. Inside you need to feel full. You need to feel absolutely fulfilled. And then automatically you start filling people around you. You automatically start filling. And then being full and being that full expression, you are appreciated and cherished in your life. You feel that sense of fulfillment. That is the reason why Sanatana Dharma said, Mukti, liberation, is the final goal of every man. Because every cell is trying to find liberation. Every cell is trying to pass on its genetic information to the another cell, only to enhance the expressiveness of its excellence. So in our life, trying to be successful is actually intrinsic. And what is success? Again, we need to understand this definition now. We have derived this definition out of this explanation that I have given with the Sanatana Dharma and a little bit of scientific explanation. Success is a state of being where we feel completely fulfilled within our own self. We need to feel proud of our own self in every fashion. We need to feel proud of our own self in every fashion. How is that possible? I'm a doctor. How can I feel proud that I'm a good engineer also? No, you cannot be. Okay. I'm a doctor. How can I feel proud that I'm a good carpenter? No. I'm a good carpenter. How can I feel proud that I'm an engineer? No. How can I feel proud that I'm a doctor? No, you can't. So, I'm a good man. How can I feel proud that I'm a good woman also? No, you can't. So, no matter what you do, quote unquote do, you will find some inconsistencies, some failure, something in your life where you will never feel fulfilled. And when you don't find yourself fulfilled, when you don't find yourself worthy, when you don't find yourself capable, you feel disappointed automatically. Yes or no? When you feel you can't do something, you feel happy or you feel unhappy? You feel disappointed or you feel very happy? When you know that you have fallen short of something in your life, you're going to feel proud of it? No, na? So, Sanatana Maharshi said, not in your actions you can feel fulfilled. You can only feel fulfilled within your own self by the experience of your humongousness. And that is the reason why they said, be fulfilled within yourself, and then everything around you will be fulfilled. So, for today, we will continue this series of lecture and I will explain you more about it. We need to understand, now we just are arriving at the definition of success. But I am born to succeed, that feeling is very important, and that fulfillment is very important. And why we need to be successful, we need to understand. And then how we need to be. First we need to understand why. First we need to understand what is success. We are in the process of it. Then we will have to understand born to. Then we will have to understand I am. And then we need to understand how we are designed to be successful. And then when you understand all this, we need to also understand why we need to be successful. We are explaining that, but we need to have inner conviction and understand all that. There is another schematic, progressive explanation towards it again. Okay, so we need to understand that. Then we need to understand how we can be successful, what we need to quote unquote do and quote unquote be. We need to understand all this. So this series of these Facebook live sessions are finally going to make you arrive at that kind of conclusion and experience also. So for today, at the end of this time, I want to give you an experience of that fulfillment. Now we were talking about fulfillment, success, a state of being which is fulfilled within our own self. And until otherwise we don't feel that anything we do is not going to satisfy us, we are not going to feel good. And if we are not going to feel good, we cannot make people feel good. And if we cannot make people feel good, again we will not be fulfilled. So it's very important, somehow we find a sense of, day-to-day life. We do a lot of things attract our attention, lot of good things, lot of bad things, lot of good happenings, bad happenings. We need to take a break and we need to feel a sense of continuous, not just temporary few minutes. We need to find a sense of continuous, relaxed, fulfilled experience within us. Yes or no? Do you want? Good. So, I am going to give you an experience of fulfillment and absolute inner ecstasy for the next few minutes. And this feeling is not going to stay for a few minutes. This is going to stay with you for a very, very long time. That's the good news. Celebrate. Are you all happy about it? I'm sure. Yeah, I'm finding some comments, people happy about it. Good. At least I'm. Everybody not happy? Everybody happy? Why isn't everybody commenting then? Facebook charges you for a comment? I didn't know. Oh, now I see people. I've just reminded people that Facebook doesn't charge them for a comment. So now they are freely commenting. Good. I appreciate it. Now I will remind you, don't worry. I will keep reminding you so that you can freely express. And that's what we realized or we discussed. You understand? Our basic quality is to freely express our excellence within. So I also would love to see your excellence be expressed out as comments here. Follow, be with me, okay? So, you're all ready to give your 100% to receive that experience of fulfillment? Again, I need to remind you that Facebook does not charge you for comments. Yeah. Now the speed has increased. Good. Now, what do I want? I want you all to close your eyes, sit in a relaxed, keep your spine straight, and Just be. You don't have to understand what I'm saying. You don't have to understand anything. Just be. Close your eyes and just be. Negative thoughts come, let them come. Positive thoughts come, let them. Whatever happens, let it happen, okay? I will take care. But then when you open your eyes, you will be delivered that experience which stays with you. It's a very profound thing I'm trying to make. I'm going to make you feel contented, full, satisfied kind of feeling for a long time. Now because this is the beginning, I'm just giving you this. As we go ahead, I will also make you experience various cycles of transformational sessions where finally at the end of this series, I will deliver you an enormous or a profound sense of conviction within you, where you will continuously 24/7 experience that excitement and relief that comes out of the experience of conviction that I am born to succeed. I am born to succeed. I am born to succeed. Once again, I am born to succeed. Fantastic, fantastic. Now, since we are here, now I want you all to close your eyes. Keep your spine straight, sit relaxed. Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha Harihi Om Tat Sat Gurave Sarva Lokanam Bhishaye Bhavaroginam Nidhaye Sarva Vidyanam Shri Dakshinamurtaye Namaha Gananam Tva Ganapati Gubhavamahe Kavin Kavenamupamasravashravam Jyeshtarajam Brahmanam Brahmanaspada Anashrunvannoti Bhisida Sadanam Om Namo Narayanaya Om Namo Narayanaya. A deep sense of satisfaction and fulfillment within my own self, deep sense of satisfaction and fulfillment within my own self. Ananda, 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 आनंद 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 आनंद. Dig deep, dig deep, dig deep. Satisfaction and fulfillment within my own self. Ananda, Ananda. Keep your eyes closed. Keep your eyes closed. Aankh bandi rakhe. These are supramental coded divine secrets which will awaken a deep sense of fulfillment and satisfaction within you. These are not to understand. These sounds cannot be understood. You understand by your mind, and these are beyond the mind. Supramental, above the mind. That blesses you with this coded secret messages and awakens your own sense of fulfillment and satisfaction in your life. Keep your eyes closed. Dum da re dum dum da. Dum da dum dum da. Dum dum da dum dum da. Dum dum da. Dum dum da dum dum da. Dum dum da dum dum. Dum dum da dum dum da. Dum dum da dum dum. Dum dum da dum dum da. Dum dum da dum dum. Dum dum da dum dum da. Dum dum da dum dum. Dum 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 da. Dum dum da dum dum. Dum dum da dum dum da. Dum dum da dum dum. Dum dum da dum dum da. Dum dum da dum dum. Dum 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 dum. Dum 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 dum. Dum dum da dum 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 dum. Dum 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 dum. Dum dum da dum 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 dum. Dum 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 da dum 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 da dum 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 da dum 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 da da dum 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 da dum 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 da dum 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 da dum 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 da dum 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 da dum 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 da dum 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 da dum 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 da dum 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 da. Anandam, 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 Anandam. Fantastic. Fantastic, fantastic. Now, without moving your body, don't move your hands. Slowly open your eyes. Don't move your hands. Slowly open your eyes. Just feel yourself. Don't look here and there. Don't look here and there. Open your eyes slowly and just feel yourself. Feel yourself. Feel an enormous sense of fulfillment and satisfaction overflowing out of you. Yes? Fantastic, fantastic. Now, because this is the first part of this series and the first day, I've tried to be a little sober on you. We have been very smooth. This feeling will be enhanced in the next series. If you want to help yourself further enhance, you need to live in this experience, and for the benefit of you all, Siddha Sanmarga is very proud and happy to create a fantastic app, mobile application for you called Born to Succeed. So this fantastic mobile application has many and various meditations, supramentally coded divine meditations. These meditations are not for you to understand, these are to be experienced. You need to close your eyes, sit with your spine erect, and then just listen with headphones on, and those meditations will also enhance many times this enormous sense of peace, tranquility, fulfillment and satisfaction that's now overflowing within you. And next week I will be little more intensely working on you. I will also provide a lot of psychological collaterals, as we have the discussions that we have put forth. We need to understand a lot of content. Until otherwise we do not understand those important breakthroughs, we cannot retain and sustain this experience of I'm born to succeed that's going to build within us. This is not a motivational session, or this is not just an information oriented session. This is going to be an absolutely transformational session, and all these sessions I hope you will attend and make your life a bliss and a beautiful experience of that inner infinite potential. Jai Guru Datta, Jai Guru Datta, Jai Jai Guru Datta.